What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be continuing to build an arsenal for the PBA member, non-member doubles tournament that I'm bowling next month with Motiv's own Michael Martell. We are bowling on the 44-foot Billy Hardwick oil pattern. So it's 44 feet, about 2.5 to 1 ratio, 30 mils. I'll put a picture of what the pattern looks like over here. Now, the last time we bowled on this pattern, I brought 5 or 6 balls, which I'll put a picture of right over here. I brought 5 or 6 balls, and only really 2 of them looked really good, being the Reality and the Zen. So this time, for this session, I brought 6 completely different balls so that I can see what balls I'm gonna wanna bring to this tournament. Now, just because any of these balls look good here, doesn't mean that they're gonna roll really good at the tournament venue. This is just to get an idea, basically. So I'm gonna go through real quick. If you guys like this video and you wanna see more arsenal building videos like this with 6 different brands, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you like my Space Kitties jersey, make sure to go to coolwick.com and use my promo code MOTIVLOO10. And then if you like any of these 6 balls, there's gonna be links in the description where you can order any of those balls. That is the absolute best way to support the channel. It lets BowlerSmart know that I sent you, and it keeps videos like this coming. So let's start with, I put them in like kind of order from like strongest to weakest, kinda. So I'm starting here with the Ebonite Polaris. Now this is gonna be a ball that'll be alongside up there with the Reality as far as that game 1 ball, offers some sort of control. I already know I'm gonna take the Reality, so this is just to see maybe a different option alongside the Reality. Then the second ball I have here is the Hammer Obsession Tour. And this ball I really, really like. This is one of the, it's like a weaker asymmetrical ball that offers a ton of control, especially when I'm able to keep the ball in front of me. And this is a ball that's probably gonna go regardless of how it looks like here at the Suncoast. Then I have the Motiv Pride. Now, as of recording this video right now, I haven't thrown this Pride, but literally everyone has been telling me that I absolutely have to have a Pride. It's one of the best Motiv balls. You guys, I mean, I was on staff with them for a couple years. So if I'm gonna bowl with Michael Martell, I have to have a Pride in my bag, according to him anyway. So Michael, let's win it. Then we have the Power Torq. This is gonna be that typical symmetrical solid, offers a little bit more control. I'll go to something like this if these balls are rolling a little bit too forward and I need more of a symmetrical shape. Then we have the Melee Jab Midnight Blue, and I'm gonna go to this ball when I gotta get left, once I gotta start creating those bigger and bigger angles that these solids just will not be able to produce. Then the last ball here is the Trend. Now this is a ball that I'm gonna go to when the fronts are completely toasted and I have to create the most amount of angle, and I gotta get make sure that the ball gets through the fronts. Now, I've done reviews on all of these balls on the channel already, except for the Pride, but you might see the Pride review before. But anyway, the layouts are all the same on the asymmetrical balls and on the symmetrical balls. And I'll leave links to all of these balls reviews so you can see more of an in-depth on all these balls. So now we're gonna get on the lanes on this Hardwick pattern and see what all these bowling balls are all about. Real quick, let me know if you guys have ever bowled on the Hardwick pattern, or if you have any of these balls that I have here and what you're thinking about them so far. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. Right now, let's get on the lanes. Good shot. Oh, missed left. Woo! So we just got done taking a look at the first 5 shots with the Polaris. And the big thing that I saw from those shots was that it's pretty strong. I wouldn't say it's quite as strong as the Reality, but it does come off the spot harder than the Reality. So it'll be one of those situations where if I need something a little bit more forward but a bigger ball, I'd start in the Reality. But if I still need a big ball but need it to shape a little bit more, especially on the fresh, I'm gonna really take a look at this Polaris. Now we're gonna get into the Obsession Tour, and what I'm looking out of this ball is one thing, and that's what this ball is good at. Control, control, control. Get into a roll. Don't boom off the spot, which it never does. Control the pocket. Go through the pins like this Obsession Tour goes through the pins for me. Let's get back on the lanes. Wow, that's early. Oh, hook a lot. Oh. The Obsession Tour is going to be in the bag 100%. I mean, that looked really, really good. It was actually very surprising, that first shot, how early it was. It was significantly earlier than the Polaris, but in typical Obsession Tour fashion, very smooth, very controllable, very, very continuous. And I loved it. I mean, I went 4 out of 5 and 4 in a row once I moved a little bit further left. Now we're gonna get into the Pride, and what I expect out of the Pride is that it's gonna be longer than these two and produce more shape than both of these two. Based on what I saw when I was warming up with the Pride, I'm not expecting that this ball, at least with the out-of-box finish, is gonna be a ball that I'm gonna start with on the fresh, but I definitely think it can be a ball that I can get into before I get into some of these shinier balls, some of these pearls. It can be like a really good transitional piece. So I'm gonna move a little bit further left on this first shot off the Obsession Tour just to see, because it does have a higher differential and a higher RG than the Obsession Tour. Oh! That thing is running over the 8-pin. Four out of 5 with it. So the Pride looked really, really good also. And it was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was like strength-wise in between these two, but outshaped both of these. Now this ball isn't angular by any stretch, but it is continuous. And every time I got it to the spot, I mean, it ran over the 8-pin a lot. And I almost got that Messenger 10, which would have been pretty sick. This is where we're gonna get into the Columbia 300 Power Torq. And this is a more of a, I don't know if the word is gonna be niche, but this is a ball that I'm gonna go to if I can play straighter. Because these balls so far, well, these two specifically, allow me to create a little bit more angle and shape the ball a little bit more. This ball, every time that I've thrown it, it's only looked really good from straight. So that's what I'm gonna try to do now. I'm gonna try to move back a little bit right and play a little bit straighter before we start really creating angle with these two. Almost 5-pin. Oh! And then I 2-8-10. All right, so the Power Torq. The Power Torq is definitely gonna be a ball that I'm gonna bring with me to the practice session for sure. Because if it's there, like those first 3 shots, I think this is gonna be a really, really good ball if I'm able to play straight with closed angles, more up the lane. That 10-pin that I left, I thought was a pretty good shot. And then that 2-8-10 goes fast. I got it going right a little bit, and this ball just doesn't have the recovery. So now we're gonna get into the melee jab Midnight Blue. Now, I don't know if the lanes are developed enough to get into these balls that are a little bit cleaner, but what I'm looking for is for a ball that's gonna clear the front part of the lane with ease and create some shape. So I'm gonna move like 10, 15 left and kind of just slow hook it through the front, and we're gonna hope and pray that they're gonna look good. So we just got back from the lanes throwing the melee jab Midnight Blue, and I don't think the lanes were fully developed enough to get into this ball. It still looked okay. I just thought that it was a little cleaner than maybe I wanted it to be, which tells me that for sure the trend probably won't be developed enough for where I want to play the lanes with the trend. I want to get to the trend when I have to get even further left than the melee, but when this becomes to be a little bit too early. So the first shot, I'm gonna move left off where the melee was, and if it's just not there, I'll move back right, because the trend is also a really good ball when I gotta play a little bit straighter. Now, one thing I didn't talk about is that all of these balls are at their out of box finish, which won't be how I take them to that regional. I'll probably knock the shine off both of these, because I don't see a situation where I'll need anything with polish for that amount of oil, even though it's 8 games. Maybe I'll keep one with polish just in case, but definitely not more than just one ball. Oh, that's right. Oh! Wow, that picked up early. Stay hot. All right, so it wasn't quite Belmo carry, but the trend is gonna be in the bag. And it's weird because last night in league, last night for me, not last night for you guys, last night in league, I threw this ball in game 4 and I went to it in frame 9. And I punched out the back 4 with the shiny, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I really like it with shine. And then before I went up here, I kind of said the same thing, that I probably want to knock the shine off. But with the shine, I mean, it just looks so good. It clears the fronts, and there's probably going to be more friction on the lanes at this regional, more traffic. So it's looking more and more like I'm definitely going to keep this in the bag. Now, today is October 15th, so the video isn't going to air on October 15th, obviously. But I don't know how many more balls I'll drill between now and the regional. But so far, what it's looking like is that I'm going to bring these 4 plus the Reality and the Zen. Now, those will be the first 6 that I bring in, and then I'll probably bring like another 4 to 6 balls that I'll bring to the practice session, you know, like just to see what the lanes are giving me the day of, okay? But I really like what I see out of this trend. Now we're gonna get back on the lanes, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna show you guys a strike, a unique strike, so like a new shot with all 6 of these balls, and I'm gonna attempt to bring back the lines, which I haven't done in months. But I wanna show you guys where on the lane I'm playing all 6 of these balls. There may be some overlap with what you're seeing because the lines aren't perfect in showing when the ball is hooking, meaning front to back. But I'm gonna do my best to show you guys a really good strike with all 6 of these balls. Do me a favor, guys, comment down below and let me know which of these 6 you think look the best and why. All right, so there we have it. There's a at least half decent strike from all 6 of these balls on this 2021 Billy Hardwick oil pattern. Guys, let me know down below, or not let me know. Wish Michael Martel and myself good luck down below in the comments, because we need it. There's a ton of really, really good teams out there that are bowling this regional, and someone has to win, so it might as well be us. Now, I'm not saying we're going to, I'm just saying it might as well be. So like I said, these 2 probably won't make the main bag, but they'll probably make the practice session bag. These 4 will for sure travel with me 100% to that regional. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you liked any of these balls and you want to help support the channel, and if you're going to purchase a bowling ball or anything bowling related based on my recommendation or based on what you're seeing on these videos, I would super appreciate it if you hit that link in the description. It is the only way that we can continue to remain a free agent and review bowling balls from all these. I mean, we've got 6 different brands on the table, and I want to continue to bring that to you guys. Click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time.